Introduction. Corruption and lack of transparency are issues that deeply impact ethics, the culture of legality, and trust in institutions. At various levels, these practices hinder economic and social development, weakening the fundamental values that uphold fair and equitable societies. Three key problems contributing to this crisis are: 1. Corruption in international trade. The manipulation of contracts, bribery, and other unfair practices distort competitions, favor corrupt business, and limit growth opportunities to emerging economies. This not only affects fairness in business but also creates an environment of impunity that erodes trust in commercial and financial systems. 2. Lack of transparency in organizational financial management. When companies and organizations fail to provide clear accountability, they open the door to fraud and fund mismanagement. Financially opposite undermines the trust of investors, employees, affecting market stability and corporate social responsibility. 3. Diversion of funds by corrupt governments or intermediaries. The misappropriation of public resources intended for essential services such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure directly harms the population and depends inequality. This corruption weakens the legitimacy of government institutions and fosters a culture where abuse of power and impunity become normalized. Together, these issues are erode to culture of legality by fostering distrust, injustice, and power abuse. Combating corruption and strengthening transparency are essential steps toward promoting more ethical, equitable, and law-abiding societies.
Corruption in international trade happens when business or governments use illegal or unethical practices to gain an advantage in trade between countries. These can include bribery, fraud, or using influence to get permits. Corruption harms fair competition, raises business costs, and reduces trust in global markets. It affects both companies and consumers, creating an unfair environment. Fighting corruption requires stronger laws, transparency, and cooperation between governments and businesses.
One of the biggest financial management issues today is how little transparency organizations that handle money possess. The majority of institutions, public or private, do not report transparently on where and how they spend and invest their resources. This lack of accountability leaves a loophole for fraud, investment, and unethical financial behavior. Donors, investors, and the public struggle to track where their money is going, leading to distrust and financial instability. Strengthening the regulations, imposing strict auditing procedures, and promoting open financial reporting are the required steps to ensure that money is spent appropriately and efficiently.
Misappropriation of funds by corrupt governments or intermediaries is a significant issue in international relations. This problem affects economic development, foreign aid effectiveness, and global governance. Many governments and international organizations allocate funds to support infrastructure, healthcare, and education in developing nations. But corruption often diverts these resources for personal gain or political agendas. In international relations, financial corruption undermines trust between states and international institutions. Donor countries may hesitate to provide aid if they suspect funds will be misused, leading to strained diplomatic relations. Moreover, corruption can fuel instability by weakening state institutions, fostering inequality, and even financing criminal networks or extremist groups.